What's up, guys? Welcome back to Mike It Yourself. Have you ever had something like a technology or anything like that, and then you stumble upon, or you have this thought and you're like, oh my God, like why didn't I think of this sooner? It's just one of those things that the answer was simple, it's right in front of you, and you just didn't even realize you had that. I ran into that situation just recently, and I wanted to share it with you guys. So let me tell you what, if you have a 2014 and newer, well, up to the new, right, bikes, Harley-Davidson, either Street Glide or Road Glide, and you're running the Diamond Audio or Cerwin Vega Head Unit, that head unit gives you the ability to control your entire air suspension system right through your stock factory OEM hand controls. What does that mean? That means less switches, that means no drilling, that means less clutter, just looks clean and keeps you looking stock. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through kind of how I set it up. For the most part, if you've done an air suspension system, I've already got that video in my history there, so I don't want to repeat anything. This is really focused on just setting up the head unit to do this control for the air suspension system. So what I want you to do is sit back, relax, and check out how I wired this thing up, programmed it, and how it works. Cerwin Vega Head Unit. What's special about it? It comes with 6 auxiliary triggers. That is the ability to control features through the stereo using the integration to your bike. So that's super cool. We're going to solder up some wires so we can do a connector here, and then we'll go through the process of how the wiring is set up and see what this end thing looks like. So for now, let's watch me breathe in some toxic fumes while we solder this up. Alright, so let's talk about the wiring, how this thing is wired up. Out of the head unit, we are using aux 1 and aux 2 to trigger our devices to work. So in this case, it's an air compressor and the dump valve. Now, you need to understand on the Cerwin Vega unit and the Diamond Audio unit, it's going to be the same. These are negative triggers. They're not positive triggers. So what does that mean? That means if you're trying to power a device, you're not powering it by supplying power to that device through that. What you're doing is you're providing a ground. So this wire here is going back to the back of the bike to those devices and connecting to the ground wire. So the way I have this is in pin 1 it's aux 1, and pin 2 I have aux 2. And then I'm running a red and a blue wire from the front to the back. Alright, so once you get your wiring done, then you're going to go ahead and program your stereo. You're going to want to connect your computer to your iData USB plug. Make sure you have your stereo, the main plug, disconnected, because you can't flash your stereo if the main power is on. Your software won't detect it. So once you're connected to that iData USB, you're going to go to your computer and go to your web link desktop application. Make sure you have internet connection, because if you don't, then this thing gets all kind of wacky on you. And you go to your Maestro, it's the green one, click on that. Alright, so once you click that green thing, sometimes if you don't have your stuff hooked up right, it's going to give you that non-detect. So just make sure that you have that main plug disconnected, and you may have to troubleshoot. It depends. You know, this web link desktop software isn't a part of Cerwin Vega. This is for the Maestro setup, so it's a little harder. They got a whole different, you got to reach out to these guys who created this if you have problems. But anyhow, it's like I said, sometimes it acts kind of finicky. So what you're going to want to do in this process is identify how you want to configure your switch. So what you're going to do is you have to set your, basically it's going to call it steering wheel controls, but it's not your steering wheel, right? Because motorcycle. Anyhow, so pick your model, whatever bike you have. Here's the important part, is identifying which hand setup you have. I have the with the push to talk set up on mine, so that gives me this, but it wasn't like that from the factory. So when I bought my aftermarket deal, I came with that. So I'm going to use this switch because I don't use it for anything else to control the compressor and the dump valve. So we'll select that. Ask you what brand your stereo is. Get you through your serial number. It's going to recommend the firmware. We don't have a radar detector, so we're going to bypass that. I do not have a factory amplifier. Everything else is good. So this is going to be the important part. So this is your left side. So depending on what side you're going to use, will determine how you're going to set this up. So in my particular case, like I said, I'm using the push to talk buttons here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the squelch up to the Maestro programmable output 1, right? So that's the MPO. So I'm going to do that to 1, and I'm just pressing. I'm using the press one. So you can do hold if you want. So that means you have to hold it up. So depending on what button you want to use. So like if you were using the right turn signal, you can see that there's none here because it has no function. Versus say if you hold the info, that displays the gauges screen. You can change up your combination here in this whole setup, but ultimately, you know, what we're trying to do is establish what we want to use for the toggle switch, basically, of that for a ride. So I'm going to use the plus to go up and the negative or the down to go down. So I'm going to set that as output 2. So I got output 1 and output 2. So I'm going to go ahead and click continue. And then it's going to ask me if I want to flash the bike. So I'm going to say flash. This is going to load that config up. And then what we can do at this point is go into the config for the MPO to set that up for the triggers. Once it's completed its flash, it'll tell you that the flash was completed success. We're going to go to the MPO configuration on that lower right hand side. All right, so from here you've got the 6 outputs that are associated with this stereo. Of course, if you have a different stereo, maybe they're different, but we're talking Cerwin Vega's head unit here. So I'm going to go to output 1, and you're going to want to set this up to custom, and we're going to set the trigger to steering wheel MPO 1. So like I said, you got to pick steering wheel, don't pick the accessory control screen button 1, because that's not what you're looking for. You want the MPO 1 button. So we're doing the trigger, the output 1, which is going to be our air compressor, and I'm saying when I use that one to turn it on, and then I'm going to say the same thing but also for off, because when I flip that up I want it to power it on, and when I let it go, when I turn it off, I want it to stop powering that device. So to make that work, you have to set your time on to infinity and your pulse to infinity. So this thing has the ability to like send pulses and blah blah blah, right? This is the way you configure it to make it act like a momentary switch. All right, so we set up the first one. Now let's go to output 2. We have to enable it. Yep. Custom. I'm going to say steering wheel MPO 2. It's going to be the on steering wheel MPO 2 off. We check that infinity. So now if we look back, MPO or output 1 is set for MPO 1 and output 2 is set for MPO 2. Now we just click save. It'll tell you that you've successfully programmed your stuff, and then you can exit this program and you're done for that, and you can plug your stereo back in and should be good to go. So as I mentioned, the dump valve would probably be the easiest thing to view this, and that is my positive wire. I have them all kind of bundled here, is going to a relay. It's all connected to this one here, this constant power. So my positive is connected directly to the battery right now through a fuse, but my negative, if you look, is connected to the blue wire that goes to the front of the bike. So that's what I'm talking about. It's the negative. It's providing a ground that triggers that relay, the dump valve, to work. So it's a little backwards thinking. Now for my air compressor, because I don't want to strain or I don't want to draw current through that deal, essentially, I'm using a relay to supply the power. So main power is coming in to my relay on the white wire, and when the ground is provided, power is then allowed to go out the yellow wire back out to my compressor, which I have here. So let me turn it on, and I haven't hooked up my air lines yet, but let me just show you how it works. All right, so we're going to throw our ignition switch into on, and you don't necessarily have to wait for your stereo to boot up. It should work right out the gate. So we're using, like I said, the push to talk button. So up is going to be compressor, down is dump valve. So let's see if you can hear it. So you see that? That's my compressor. And then if I go down, you probably can't hear it that well. Let's see if I can get you closer. That clicking is the dump valve. That means it's ready to go. So at that point, it'll start dumping the air. So there you go. Let me go ahead and I gotta clean up my mess, get wires put together here, run the air lines, and we will do the full checkout. All right, guys, so there you have it, man. Pretty simple process, right? Like doing the air suspensions. I got a whole video on that. You want to check that out? Check it out. I've installed air suspension on Road Clean, Road Glide, but I've always used the external switches, right? Nothing like this. And this is something very cool, very unique in that you can program your device. It's all one unit. You don't have to worry about having an attached device or anything like that. And simply just tell it, hey, you know what? I want to use my push to talk, my left turn signal, whatever it is that shows there's nothing assigned to it, to control whatever device you want out there. And it depends on how you want to control that device. In our instance, we're doing a momentary switch setup, but if you set it to toggle, then it acts like a, on and off switch. So you can control fog lights or some other type of light that you want to add into your bike, or some other, accessory or whatever it is. So very simple. Just another benefit of having the Cerwin Vega or the Diamond Audio head unit on your bike. So I say take it and run with it, guys. Some great stuff. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that thumbs up. And if you enjoy my content, I'd really appreciate you becoming a subscriber and becoming a member of our community, sharing your thoughts, your ideas, providing feedback. We're all looking out to try to help each other. I'm definitely not perfect, so I make a whole bunch of mistakes, and I'm learning. I'm just your regular average Mike, right? Working on his bike in a garage. So I really appreciate all y'all's input. So until my next video does post, I hope to see you in the win.